What's up guys, Brian here. Today we're going to be going over fractions, which I know is everyone's favorite. They were definitely not mine. Yeah, no. But basically, hopefully this video will help you guys get a better understanding. It's going to be a quick overview of just fractions. So let's get into it. So how you'll probably see fractions in your textbook, or maybe your teacher will be talking about them, is they're going to be in the form of A over B. Pretty simple, right? So what you'll also see is possibly as A divided by B, or B with A in there. So I mean, any of those you're gonna probably see pretty common, but really what the heck does that mean? So let's go into that. So in the most basic of the sense, let's say you have, we'll do a visual representation of a pie, right? You'll see that in your textbook probably too. You have three sections, right? And all you're doing is trying to shade. Say you shade in one of them, right? You ate a third of the pie. We'll say, okay, you ate one out of the three pieces that were there. That's it. There's nothing crazy about it, right? Another example, like say everyone likes money. Money. Say you have, say you want to buy a Snickers and it's $1, right? And so you search your pocket, you find 3 quarters. You're a quarter short. So out of the 4 quarters you need 4 quarters. You have 3 of them. You're a quarter short. You have 3 of the 4 quarters. That's it. So now let's go into what kind of fractions there are. In your textbook you'll see things like, oh, it must be, greater than a whole unit or less than a whole unit. And you're like, what? That makes no sense. So let's just put it simply. We have 3 types of fractions. So we're going to have the first one, which you're used to, is proper fractions. So you have the first one, proper. This one, same type of form as we had. And the only thing for this is the top number, say 2, is smaller than the bottom number. So you have 2 smaller than the bottom number, 3, right? So in the textbook you'll see like, bigger than the whole unit or smaller than the whole unit. So this would be the top number is smaller than the whole unit. That's what it means, really. So for the second type, we have improper. Improper. So this one's same type of form. You have A over B. But in this case, you're going to have the top number be bigger than the bottom number. So you have 3 over 2, for example. This would be an improper fraction. You have the top number bigger than the bottom number. Another example would be maybe 5 over 3. As long as the top number is bigger than the bottom number, it's an improper fraction. So we have our last, and it's called mixed numbers. So this one here, you have mixed number. I'm going to put the pound sign. That means number. So basically for this, all you're going to do is you're going to have something where you have a whole number and it's attached to a proper fraction. So you have a whole number, 4. And next to it is just going to be something like, let's say, a half. So this would be 4 and a half. So let's say something like, say you had a cooking recipe that called for 4.5 cups of flour. So that's something that most people are kind of used to from cooking recipes, or maybe they do woodworking on the side, or something that requires measurement. A lot of those numbers are going to be in a mixed number fashion. So like, for example, another one, you could even have 15 and 2/3, something kind of weird. Or even you could even be really weird and say 2/9. So something like that. But ultimately, those are the 3 types of fractions, and this is kind of like the end of the top level view down on the fractions. And ultimately, it's going to kind of give us our foundation for where we're going to be going, where we're going to start going into operations of fractions and how to deal with adding, subtracting, dividing, multiplying, and kind of eventually going into our algebra and crazy stuff like that. So hopefully this was all helpful and you guys hate math a little bit less. If you liked the video, give it a like. You can also subscribe. And If you didn't like the video, comment below and tell me what I can do better. So, see you guys next time.